Konnichiwa, Hobukatto desu. Art Minds Kara no Hosso. Welcome to the Art Minds. I'm your lovely host, Bobcat. So, this week's video is going to be kind of a mixed bag. I got a whole hell of a lot going on and haven't really had a lot of time and ability and energy to do the best job that I can for you. So, this one's just going to be kind of a quick update. On the good news, I finally got the parts that I've been waiting for. Holy crap! So I canceled my order with Bike Bandit after like the 6th, hey, we're delayed shipping your shit. Canceled it, called Partzilla, and within like a week, maybe 2 tops, I got the remaining kibbles and bits that I'm missing. Obviously, got my beautiful, beautiful golden sprocket, golden chain, front sprocket that I'm probably going to leave unpainted. That's all good. This other stuff here, I'm going to walk up, grab the camera, and give you a quick tour and make sure you see the part numbers on the bags that I've got, and then we'll go from there. Starting with the rear damper set, they're actually these weird little rubber wedge bits. There's the part number right there, finally got that. This is the dust cover, dust shield for the rear brake lever. This kind of goes between the outer plate and the lever itself. This is one of a couple of O-rings, like a dust ring. I've got another O-ring. I'm not entirely sure why I ordered this. I'll figure it out when I get to it. A couple new, there's part number for that. Couple cotter pins. New rear brake shoes. Look at that. With actual brake business on them. I am mildly, morbidly curious to see what the brakes look like when I take the old ones off. And new rear bearings. You can see I've got 2 of the same kind and 1 of a different kind. This is very important. They made sure to emphasize that there were, on the wheel itself, and when we take the wheel apart, I'll show you, there are 2 bearings that are the same size right at the axle, and then there's a 3rd bearing on the sprocket side that is a slightly different, slightly larger outer diameter. The inner diameter is the same because it's the same axle that runs all the way through it, but the outer diameter of the 3rd outermost bearing is just slightly different. So I'm glad somebody told me that. So we've got all the bearings, got all the parts, and let's head out to the bike. The lovely Shadow 750. You can tell I haven't mowed the grass in a while, haven't moved this in a while. I should probably give it a start after we're done filming and just make sure that it runs and all of that. I'm still really afraid of it overheating, even though I hope I've fixed the coolant leak issue in that crossover tube. Anyway, so what we're going to need to do, set this up on a jack, pick this up, take the rear wheel out, pull the axle through. So the 2 bearings I was telling you about sit here and in here, and then that 3rd bearing of that slightly different size sits here. So I have to be careful about that. The dampers sit in between the rear sprocket and the rear hub, and they help take the shock of the chain pulling on the wheel. Or at least that's what I'm led to believe. And we'll come around this side. On this side here, we've got the rear brake lever. The brake pads sit under this panel inside this hub right here. There's another bearing of the 2 that are the same size inside here. And you know that one of the rear dust seals that I ordered is supposed to be sitting right here and isn't. So I'm actually slowly putting this bike back together the way it should be. Shame on the previous owners. But it is too hot to work on this in the sun. There's a million mosquitoes, I'm sure you can tell. So I need a sheltered place to work on this, because that jack stand's gotta be level. It did not like trying to be lifted up, even on this pretty mild incline that this pad is. But I want to lift this up, pull this wheel off, pull this off, clean it, polish it. But let me show you why I can't right now. The besides the airplane flying overhead. That has nothing to do with that. When I first got this bike, my father-in-law brought it here really late at night, and he rode it in through the backyard, in through this gateway up here, up this way, and it has since overgrown quite a bit. But this is a tree. This is in fact 2 trees. There's one tree right there and another tree right there, and they're all wrapped up in this crazy ivy. And normally I would have ridden it up right through a gap right there, brought it up around our now large blooming fig, ready for some snacks, and in up through the Art Mind's door. That's not happening right now, unfortunately. I would love to be able to bring it in here to this space that I've just cleared out. It's nice, level, and secure. Those 2 trees out there were brought down just maybe 2 days ago, like Friday night, by a crazy storm that rolled through here. We've been worried about them for a while, but they've got to get out of the way before I can even bring the bike in here. And even in here, as nice and sheltered and level as it is, today it is 92, 93 degrees in here. I don't have air conditioning. I've got a fan and dehumidifier, and that's about it. So this rear wheel cleaning, removal, cleaning, and change out might take a bit. If I can bring it in here, if I can get those trees cleared out and brought in here, I can jack that bastard up, do the change out, paint the rear wheel and all that stuff, take the front wheel off, paint that, change those bearings, and at least get some of that smoothed out. Beyond that, my personal life is pretty busy with the day job. It's summertime here in DC. I am working, and it is very difficult. I've got job sites that regularly exceed 110, 120 degrees in the shade inside in a dark attic. And I have to go work in those environments multiple times a day, and it just wears me the hell out. Even beyond that, I've got some personal stuff going on. My dad's health looks like it is declining, failing again, more. Look after your old folks, kids. That's going to be us one day, so learn how all this stuff works. Have regular communication with them, and be patient with them, especially if they've had a stroke or have dementia. You're going to be learning a new person. The person who was my dad is gone and is probably never coming back. So I'm getting to meet a new individual in my dad's body, and that's difficult. That's really difficult because he doesn't quite always understand what's going on, because everything is normal to him. He doesn't understand, there's no way he can, that the internal brain changes have changed his personality, have destroyed a lot of his memories. So we're trying to figure out how to navigate in all of that and keep him as safe and as healthy and as comfortable as possible. So yeah, life in the big city. I hope you are safe, well-fed, and healthy wherever you are. I miss you so very much. I can't wait to see you again.